Bitter melon salad always tastes bitter and hard to eat. But in fact, most people make one big mistake right from the very first step. If you follow this method, you'll make it crisp, tender, refreshing, and surprisingly creamy and delicious. Bitter melon salad is a popular dish packed with health benefits. It helps detoxify the body, supports heart health, aids in weight loss, and even slows aging. However, many people find their salad either too bitter to swallow or too soft and flavorless. The problem usually lies in the first step, adding salt directly to the bitter melon. This causes it to lose its crisp texture, become mushy, and lose its fresh flavor. Today, I'll show you the secret to making the perfect bitter melon salad. First, wash the fresh bitter melons thoroughly under running water. The rough surface of the melon holds a lot of dirt and residue, and simply rubbing it by hand isn't enough. Use the pressure of running water to rinse every ridge and crevice carefully to remove any hidden dirt. Place the clean bitter melons on a cutting board. Cut off both ends first. Then slice each one lengthwise to split it into 2 halves. Many people complain that their salad tastes too bitter. The problem often lies right here. Most people think removing the seeds and the inner core is enough. But what they don't realize is that the thin white membrane that lines the inner wall of the melon is actually the main source of the bitterness. This white layer contains a high concentration of bitter compounds. If not removed completely, even after scooping out the seeds, the bitterness will still remain. So remember to carefully scrape off this white layer with a spoon. Gently run the spoon along the inside wall and try to remove as much of it as possible. The cleaner you scrape, the less bitter your salad will be, resulting in a fresher, more pleasant taste. However, if you enjoy the natural bitterness of bitter melon for its health benefits, you can leave the white membrane intact. Next, slice the bitter melon into thin pieces. The thickness of the slices is crucial. They shouldn't be too thin or too thick. If sliced too thin, they'll easily break during mixing and lose their shape, making the salad look less appealing. If too thick, the bitterness won't leach out properly, making it taste astringent. The ideal thickness is around 0.3 to 0.5 centimeters. This allows the slices to heat evenly during blanching and absorb the seasoning properly while staying firm and crunchy afterward. Once sliced, place them into a large bowl. 2 medium-sized bitter melons will make a full plate, enough for a family meal. Most people would now add salt to marinate them, but this step can actually be improved. Don't add salt yet. Instead, sprinkle a bit of sugar over the bitter melon and mix well. Many people use salt for marinating, but it not only darkens the color and ruins the appearance, it also draws out too much moisture. Using sugar instead is the best method for making salad. It gently draws out the bitterness while allowing the sweetness to slowly penetrate each slice, creating a naturally mild and refreshing flavor. Bitter melon marinated with sugar stays bright green and vibrant without turning dark. After coating the slices evenly with sugar, let them rest for about 15 minutes, and that's the first key step toward a perfectly balanced bitter melon salad. During this time, let's prepare the other ingredients. A few simple additions can really enhance the flavor. First, take 1 onion and cut it in half. If it's a large onion, use only 1/2. Then, slice it thinly across the grain. Place the onion slices on a plate and set them aside for later. Next, prepare the garlic. Take 3 to 5 cloves, depending on how much flavor you like. First, crush them lightly with the flat side of your knife to break them open. Then, mince them finely. Finely minced garlic will release more aroma and blend better with the bitter melon. Once done, transfer it to a small bowl. If you like a mild spicy flavor, make sure to prepare some chili peppers. Take 2 to 3 of them. Use the tip of a pair of scissors to make a slit along the length of each pepper. Then open it up slightly to remove the seeds and white membranes. These are the parts that hold most of the spiciness. If you don't want it too hot, remove them completely. Now, cut the chilies thinly and add them to the same bowl with the garlic. Finally, add a teaspoon of black sesame seeds to the bowl as well. Now, let's make the dressing. Pour 1 tablespoon of hot oil into a bowl. Then add 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of ground pepper, 2 tablespoons of light soy sauce for saltiness and aroma, 1 tablespoon of balsamic vinegar for a tangy, refreshing touch. Add 2 tablespoons if you like it sour. Finally, half a tablespoon of sesame oil for fragrance. Mix everything well. This dressing is savory, slightly spicy, aromatic, and tangy, with the rich scent of garlic, pepper, and sesame oil. It's now ready, perfect for combining with the bitter melon. Next, prepare some roasted peanuts. They add a nutty aroma, crunch, and a pleasant richness that balances the overall flavor of the salad beautifully. After 15 minutes of marinating, you'll notice that the bitter melon slices have softened slightly and released some clear liquid. This is the natural extract drawn out by the sugar. Add a bit of water to the bowl and gently rub the slices with your hands to wash away any remaining bitterness and excess sugar. This step removes extra sweetness without making the bitter melon too sugary. Where are you watching from? Please leave a comment to let me know. Once rinsed, drain well. Prepared this way, the bitter melon will taste fresher and less bitter. Next, we'll blanch the bitter melon. This step makes it crisper and softer while reducing bitterness. Boil enough water in a pot. Once it reaches a boil, add 1 teaspoon of salt and 1/2 tablespoon of cooking oil. Then add the bitter melon slices. The salt provides basic seasoning, while the oil forms a protective layer that helps the melon retain its bright green color and prevents it from turning yellow or mushy. Be sure to monitor the timing carefully. Turn off the heat as soon as the melon changes from deep green to bright green and slightly translucent at the edges. This takes about 1 minute. Do not overcook it, or it will lose its crunch. Immediately remove the bitter melon from the pot and cool it quickly in cold water, or ideally, ice water. Rapid cooling stops the cooking process, keeps the bitter melon crisp, and locks in the vibrant green color. Once it's completely cool, remove it and drain it well, and transfer it to a large bowl. Next, add the sliced onion. Sprinkle the roasted peanuts on top. Then, pour in the prepared dressing. Toss everything together, lifting from the bottom so each slice of bitter melon and strip of onion gets evenly coated. You'll instantly smell the sweet aroma of onion, the fragrant mix of garlic and pepper, and the tangy salty dressing blending beautifully with the other ingredients. Just the scent alone will make your mouth water. The bitter melon, prepared this way, stays bright green and vibrant. It's crisp and juicy, with only a gentle hint of bitterness. The aftertaste is refreshing and slightly sweet, without the harsh, mushy texture of traditional salted versions. Compared to the usual salting method, pre-soaking in sugar keeps the texture fresh while reducing bitterness. Adding salt and oil during blanching helps preserve color and crispness. Combined with the tangy dressing and crunchy onions, every bite feels light, refreshing, and satisfying. Perfect for a healthy, delicious meal. If you like this method, give it a try. Do you have your own way to make bitter melon salad? Share it in the comments below. Thank you so much for your support. The video ends here. If you have any comments, please leave a comment below. If you find the video interesting, please give me a like. Don't forget to share it with your relatives and friends. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for your support. Goodbye. See you in the next video.